Hey guys, what's going on? We're back with Star Wars The Clone Wars. We're watching in chronological order. So this is Season 1, Episode 12, and chronologically it's Episode 16. So the last episode we had a little bit of a cliffhanger. Yeah. It's been a little bit since we've watched it. I've had a haircut. You got another cowboy hat to add to your collection of mini cowboy hats.
Yeah, I do.
Do you remember what happened?
Yeah, Dooku crashed on the planet, was captured by pirates.
Yep. You remember the pirate?
Anakin and Obi-Wan went to take him into custody. Now they've been ambushed by the same pirates.
Yeah. So the last thing we saw was they were going to be drugged.
Yeah.
By the Weequay pirates. Mm-hmm. So Hondo Anaka. Do you remember him?
I remember him, yeah.
Okay, so I don't think I addressed this last time. Do you know who he's voiced by?
No.
Jim Cummings.
I don't remember now.
Jim Cummings. Winnie the Pooh. But he doesn't...
I wouldn't have known.
Well, he does a lot of other things that I feel like you would know. And I can't remember what those things are, but I thought as soon as I saw Jim Cummings, you go, oh.
Well, I know the name.
Yeah.
But I just...
He does things that I never thought he would do. You know what I mean? I'm like, wow, it doesn't even sound like Winnie the Pooh. This kind of sounds like him.
Not to hear him again.
A little bit, yeah.
We ain't watched this in so long now.
Yeah. So we're going to jump into the episode. I'm trying to think of anything else we need to talk about. It was interesting to see Dooku in a position getting captured. Because we even see, this is something that Palpatine obviously didn't account for.
Yeah.
He was trying to kind of shift the Jedi's attention on something else and try to say, oh, well, you can't trust these pirates. Yeah. And then you showed Dooku's face, and he was like, oh, God. He's, embarrassed.
Yeah. Well, you could tell he was trying to buy his way out of the situation.
Yeah.
When he was being captured, trying to barter his way out. So, well, I have this nice sailboat over here.
Yeah.
And everything.
Well, so, Dave and George thought it was important to show, hey, these guys are more powerful than anybody. But, especially if a bunch of people are pointing guns at them, they can probably take out almost everyone, but they could still get shot.
Yeah.
And there are circumstances where we've seen powerful force wielders during moments of, extreme force sensitivity, do things to get out of the situations, but that didn't happen here.
Yeah, obviously he chose to be, the better bet was patience.
Yeah. So, one thing that George... And the Clone Wars micro-series is something that we should do and talk about because it's culturally and historically relevant to Star Wars. It's a great...
Tartakovsky series?
Yeah, it's a great show, okay? But, George wanted, just like the movies, unlike the books, he wanted to restrain the powers of Force wielders a little bit. Even though this is a cartoon, you figured he would have, leveled everyone up.
Restraint's nice because...
Yeah.
It just adds a certain spice.
Yeah, but there's something great about Mace Windu in the Tartakovsky series jumping out of a plane, blocking shit, and you know what I mean?
But it just showed you a level of badassery.
Yeah. So,
even Grievous.
Yeah.
There's a very different level that Grievous operates.
Well, Grievous is almost just a different character. Yeah, he's almost just a different character. He's a great character now. He's a great character in the books. In this show, there's some cool stuff in the show you haven't seen.
Even in the movies, though.
Yeah, in the movie, yeah. He was going up the greatest Jedi duo ever. But, it just... Because that's such a small sample size...
Yeah.
We can only judge him by... Just like boxers.
He comes off pretty dorky.
By that small sample size, he didn't impress. You know what I mean? He's a funny character, but he wasn't a badass character.
No, he wasn't a badass.
Yeah.
The level that he was first introduced as.
Yeah. So, in this show, they kind of don't level up the Force users as much as I thought they were going to do. They're more like the movies. And he wanted them to be just like the movies. Because to him, they were all one story.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. So, it's good. And then at the same time, it's, like I said, you see the Clone Wars Tartakovsky series, you're like, man, I want that in CG. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that being said, I think we should just start. Let's do it.
I only took a sip.
We were drugged, obviously.
Why would they risk losing the ransom?
The deal appears to have changed.
This is when Anakin gets in his head that deals can be altered.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's altering deals.
I have tried to separate us to no avail.
His voice actor is very good.
The two of you will devise a brilliant strategy for getting off this godforsaken planet.
Yes. Godforsaken.
Yep, Godforsaken. Good catch. I actually wrote that down as well.
Oh, you fool. Sometimes I wonder why I bother to keep you around. if we tried to ransom Count
How
off to the
henchmen a lot of times sound like they're from Cockney.
Yeah.
I'll tell him the ship was destroyed with everyone on it, including the spice. By the time he finds out the truth, we'll be long gone.
Fucking pirates.
I know, man.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Fix-It.
Mac, what's going on back there? Sir, you must get out of the cockpit.
Another happy landing.
Well done, if I do say so myself.
Most impressive.
Oh, where we're going, don't we?
Hush, Anakin. Do we know where we're going?
Quiet.
That was kind of cool move. See that? Kind of looks like Heihachi Mishima. Kick, a powerful kick, and then like.
Hold it right there, Jedi.
Kind of reminds me of Zelda Wind Waker.
I was about to say you're fucking thrown in the jail cell.
Yeah.
I don't want to kill you, per se. In fact, you seem like decent fellows. Even you, Count.
You're so fine dressed, Senator.
Recognize that staff.
Looks like this goddamn staff from Indiana Jones.
Sir,
Bingo.
send a Karis.
Go out drinking.
I want to deactivate the cell bars and go out drinking.
It's like he's so happy.
Get back here! Once that geyser goes off, they're broiled.
It'd be a terrible way to die, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, it would.
Yeah, that or be eaten.
Would I rather?
What would you rather do? Yeah, so Jar Jar's observant right here. You know, the local fauna doesn't like the acid. So as soon as they run.
Mister, we have an idea.
Apparently them things are a lot faster than what they should.
I know, right? See, they're getting scolded and shit, too. Dude, I'd fucking be like, ah!
They must lead somewhere.
There's a power, there's a be people
You
too.
find they fall in the wrong way.
Hey, what?
Fall in the wrong way. Back to the generator or something.
They said power lines. They kind of remind me of energy binders and Phantom Menace. With the laser going between the Jar Jar gets his tongue stuck in, he gets numb.
Between the engines.
Yeah.
There'll be some bomb-bad clankins coming this way. Right there.
Right. Bomb-back clankers.
We're closer now.
They're moving very fucking fast.
Are you calling me a liar?
Isn't that kind of what you do for a living?
You reject my hospitality.
He might be worth something as well. You, Representative Pink.
Look to your Jedi friends so you can
Negotiate.
Oh, Cockney.
Yeah. Weequays. They're called Weequays. They're ugly ass people, aren't they?
They are pretty fucking ugly. I was thinking of Arnold Schwarzenegger earlier. One ugly motherfucker.
Yeah.
I keep saying they're all from Cockney, but they are Cockney. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
What happened to the power? I was having fun.
Kill him! Kill him! He's no representative, he's a plague! Who's a plague?
I wouldn't.
What are you doing?
Swat them like flies.
Yeah.
We have no quarrel with you, and we seek no revenge.
Indeed. Very honorable. Master Jedi.
Oh, Captain.
You will find that Count Dooku does not share our sense of honor.
And he knows where you live.
Okay, that was our reaction to the episode. Now we're going to talk about it, break it down. Alright, so that was part 2 of a little 2-part arc. What did you think?
I like that episode. I like this one more than I like the other one.
I do too.
I mean, the only thing I wrote down was the intro quote: "To fail with honor rather than succeed by fraud."
So what do you think of
I
that?
don't necessarily agree with that, but
well, I think
the principle of the show and the Jedi, I get it.
I think it rings
sense of honor between them and the pirate.
Yeah, it kind of rings true to the theme of the episode. I mean, the theme of the episode.
I get
rings,
what they're going for. I mean, as far as taking it away into personal life.
When I've watched it, I mean, we all love Dooku, and I know why people love him. He's a great villain, and in this particular show, he's really. I'm not trying to make a pun here. He's really insidious.
Yeah,
like he's a lot. He doesn't seem like just because Christopher Lee, he's great. He's a great Dooku, but he was getting old.
No,
this guy, he just seems like he's just more sinister, kind of a more fit.
They make him look more fit.
Yeah.
I noticed that too when he was walking onto the shuttle. Mm-hmm. You see his chest, and his arms. Mm-hmm. He looks.
Well, there's some stuff you'll see that he's. I mean, he's great in Revenge of the Sith, great in Attack of the Clones, but like
Christopher Lee has immense screen power.
He does,
screen presence, I should say.
Yeah,
I mean, he has been doing. I don't know how many movies he's been in, and sword fights.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I mean, I want to say hundreds.
Yeah, a lot. So. I've always wondered what you would think of Hondo Anaka.
He's okay. I like his. He kind of reminds me of Hook.
Okay,
Hook.
Yeah. So
that's is concerned ultimately about honor. I mean, he kills kids every fucking day.
So there's vexes, right? So like there's levels, and where you prioritize your hierarchy of your personality traits, right? For Hook, I mean, honor's probably number 2.
Yeah.
But his own self-interest is number 1.
Yeah.
Okay?
Well,
but,
it comes down to it. He wouldn't fight Peter Pan when Peter Pan was just some schmuck lawyer.
No, he
whatever he was.
No, he wouldn't.
That movie. He'd like, I'll just cut him down.
Yeah.
Kill them all.
And the fact that he wanted... Like, because he regretted his decision, because that guy's not going to be in shape, and I'm bound by my impeccable good form to wait! So, but, I think we know he's also out for himself, and,
Well, he thought he was going to get this.
His honor's a close second.
He thought he was going to get this big, grand confrontation.
Hook versus Pan, the battle of the century.
Yeah, and then he got, the schmuck.
Yeah, but of course, Peter Pan came back. He was a badass. That was great. And so I've always kind of thought about, especially the way he was talking to Turk, who was like the guy who ended up betraying him, who Hondo never found out about it, but he got his. He was brutally killed.
Yeah.
So the way he was talking to Turk, except Smee never showed too much blatant disrespect, I don't feel like.
No, Shmee's sense of self-interest was to serve the interest of Hook.
Exactly.
So as long as he served Hook's interest, Shmee would be taken care of.
Yeah.
So until everything's all going to shit.
Yeah.
Like, what about me?
Yeah. He should take all the money.
Yeah. And then he started trying to bail the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
Bob Hoskins. I love Bob Hoskins.
Yeah.
I love Roger Rabbit. Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I've seen it so many years, I don't know anything about it. But
just him. Man.
But in another adaptation of Peter Pan, Bob Hoskins plays Shmee again later on.
He ought to have.
Which is kind of funny that he plays him again in a completely different story.
No.
You know what
Which
I mean?
one was it? The one with Jason Isaacs? Or?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Jason Isaacs is Hook.
Okay. Well, he is.
Yeah.
Because he is Hook, but I wasn't sure if that was the film.
I'm pretty sure, and it was a lot more magical and stuff like that.
Well, at the end of it, Hook gets fucking fairy dust. He's flying around.
I can't remember the ending.
I remember it. It ends up running out of juice, and he fucking falls down and gets eaten by the crocodile. But,
oh, really?
No.
That's terrible.
But he's a good villain.
Well, Jason Isaacs is great no matter what. Jason Isaacs is
a great actor.
He makes a bad film, and he can be playing a bad role, and it makes the film better.
There's a lot of actors like that, but I agree. I like him.
Well, I love him, dude.
I liked him as Malfoy. We liked him originally.
Yeah, originally
as Tavington.
Yeah, Colonel Tavington in Hook. He was just
not in Hook.
Oh shit, the Patriot.
The Patriot. Yeah.
He was an electric bad guy. He was great. Yeah.
That stupid little boy.
Did he die? But so. What's interesting is Hondo Anaka was talking about honor. In a galaxy of civil war, is there any honor?
Yeah.
So either
Which is
being a
fine,
pirate
come
is
from a
dishonorable. Yeah, being a pirate is kind of a dishonorable thing, but there's honor among pirates.
Well, it reminds me of Anton Chigurh and No Country for Old Men, because you have when Woody Harrelson's character is talking to Josh Brolin in the hospital, and he's telling him about it, Chigurh, the guy that's after him, and the money. And he tells him that you might even say he has principles that transcend drugs and all this other shit. He would, as in Chigurh, would on principle kill Brolin for inconveniencing him.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
The idea that Hondo, those principles transcend his daily, blue collar job.
Yes.
So
and what was just always, and the way they flavor the character, Jim Cummings is great, but he was talking about his mom.
Yeah.
My mom would always say this, like,
"Thank you, mom."
Yeah, just like a guy, like, it kind of reminds me of this Caribbean pirate who, he's doing this bad stuff, but he's got some honor. He might keep his word. He loves his mother, but he's still the pilot,
Yeah, ultimately.
Yeah. So I asked you in the episode, and you were able to point it out that Senator Karras, his staff is Indiana Jones's staff of Ra, excluding the little diamond thing in the middle.
Yeah, the staff of Ra from
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah. We mentioned the godforsaken comment.
Yeah, so like Dooku in a rare instance invokes a deity curses a deity.
That's a slip up in Star Wars from the old movies.
Yeah.
Which when they bring up hell.
Yeah. So in Corellia, we know in Corellia.
Well, that's a correction that was made later that someone probably said, "Hey, we got to fix this shit." That's how I always imagine that kind of shit being retconned.
Yeah,
you explain it and say, "Well, they can explain it here." Well, they didn't explain that shit until later.
Well, yeah, I guess I don't know what George was thinking, because sometimes
it sounded better. It sounded cool.
Yeah.
I'll see you in hell.
Your tauntaun will freeze before you reach the first marker. Then I'll see you in hell.
Yeah, it was definitely cool. Yeah,
it's a good line.
Yeah,
and I wouldn't have thought about it back then. Like, that sounds really cool.
Mm-hmm.
But then the people that want to sit down and grind it out.
Oh yeah.
So pick out the little pieces and say, "What the fuck is this?"
Well, and just in this world, some people believe like there are different gods, goddesses, and mythologies. You know what I mean? Different cultures have different gods and goddesses, and he invokes what do you say? What exactly did he say?
To get me off this godforsaken planet.
Yeah, and I think it's Planet Florum. So it's just kind of funny. Just a rare deity reference. We have it a few times, and the classic one is the episode 5 one, right?
Yeah.
And we point out in the episode, we saw like the classic, like the pinups on the wall, and we also on the mud flap, just kind of like a roll with the mud flapper thing that truckers have on tires.
On the noses of jets.
Yeah.
Fighter jets thing.
What do you think of Jar Jar's voice actor? Because Ahmad Best was unavailable.
They did fine. They did good. I didn't really pay attention to it, and I wasn't that worried about it.
I didn't like it at first, but then you just kind of roll with it, and he sounds okay.
I think it depends on...
It sounds like this. He said it like this,
I guess. I wasn't nitpicking it because I don't like Jar Jar.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of the antics.
Oh, yeah.
The dumb shit
that's
going on. That always happens whenever he's there.
So Jar Jar
got people out of trouble, but maybe they wouldn't have been in that trouble if it wasn't for him anyway.
Well, exactly. Like, okay, so they probably would have got shot down no matter what. But,
I don't know. He fucked up.
Jar Jar was interfering with the co-pilots.
Well, he fucked up their evasive maneuvers.
Yes.
Significantly.
Yeah.
So...
And Senator Karras, was, he could have had something to do with it, and Senator Karras did die of it. And we get to see Jar Jar's heart. He was burying him and, sticking his little fucking staff of
I was wondering if it would be funny if he's stabbing it in there and hits the fucking body.
What is that?
He's trying to stick it around.
Yeah.
You feel it squish and you just don't tell anybody.
Yeah.
After you stab it in there.
So, and I had an issue with that too. So, the local fauna that they're riding, chasing at their speeder bikes, called...
I can't imagine them fuckers catching.
They're called scalders, and they're envisioned to be kind of like rhinos. When rhinos are... They have a high top speed, but they're not very quick.
And I can't imagine them having
just a
great endurance.
I can't really imagine that either. But
maybe over a short distance, kind of like an alligator.
Yeah.
But an alligator ain't going to be fucking running cross country, all right? That fucker ain't going to be going miles,
Yeah. But the only thing you can say is that it's consistent with Jar Jar's character to be able to talk and influence the behavior of animals. We got to see that where he was underwater on Uncle Ondo, like when he was with Padme and he teamed up with that huge fucking fish thing. Yeah.
Well, it just reminds me of two old westerns. You get that period where you have westerns that are set in times where there are the advent of automobiles.
Yeah.
But there are still people on horseback.
Yeah.
So.
And they were playing the music. Yeah.
But I'm sure the kids enjoyed it. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. So, and we got to see some Astromech R5 droids, and they had like just blasters sloppily makeshifted on top. Yeah. So some of the things these pirates do are just kind of funny.
Yeah, I remember.
So if you see them, it's just kind of like it says a lot about that world and those pirates. So what do you think? So a lot of people, and I have an opinion on that. I'll tell you after you tell me yours. Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Dooku. You know, like the situation and the banter between them. What do you think about all that? Them being tied up.
I kind of makes me cringe a little bit.
Yeah, I thought it was a little goofy. I'm going to say it right now. I think most stuff they say is consistent with their characters. It's just like, does Darth Sidious poop? He probably does, but I don't want to see it necessarily.
No, it takes away from what you're being presented in the story. Mm-hmm. You don't want. I don't want it.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch a Star Wars film or Lord of the Rings. Saruman going to the fucking bathroom.
No, I don't either.
Talking to the Yurks. Where's my goddamn toilet paper? You know?
Exactly. So I can understand like you know the way they made the episode. Like I understand why Dooku was caught, and I understand the Republic was trying to get him, and the pirates. This is the episode about the pirates fucking everyone over.
You can maybe compare it to high fantasy versus Game of Thrones, which some people have tried to say is high fantasy. And I don't know where the lines get muddied up.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, I guess the guy that set the bar for high fantasy was Tolkien.
Okay. Yeah.
Which I don't think that's very debatable. I think he pretty much set the bar that a lot of people have aspired to since.
Yeah.
Beyond, if you wanted to say the classics, the Eddas and shit that are just mythology, religions. But you look at Game of Thrones, there's people on the shitters all the time. People dying on shitters. You know, I mean, just
Well, that doesn't bother me. I guess what I'm saying is like that
I'm trying to get to a point though.
Yeah,
the point is that with something like this story, I don't need to know how they go to the bathroom. Mm-hmm. I don't need to know the childish little back talk they're giving each other.
Yeah.
To get through the day when they're chained up together in a fucking jail cell.
Yeah, I didn't need to. It made me cringe a little bit too. Yeah. So we're still in season 1 as a little kid here, and everyone who has watched this show, like I have many times, knows that the show grows up quite a bit in a way that to me is very satisfying. But it was an interesting situation having them chained up, and like you get to see kind of, we all know that they're all some of the best Force users in their time in history. But it showed little glimpses of the things that they were good at. So Obi-Wan using his classic thing that the very first time we see anyone use the Force, Episode 4, A New Hope, he does Jedi Mind Trick.
Yeah.
So we get to see him use that. And we know they can all do it, probably.
He's the negotiator.
He's the negotiator.
At the end of it, when he's talking to the pirates, says, "We have no quarrel with you."
Yeah, we seek no revenge. That was I really appreciate that. That was a very Jedi thing to do.
Yeah. I'm surprised that Anakin didn't bitch about it.
He almost did. He was like, "What?" He did. He almost did. He said,
"Bitch about it more than I guess."
Yeah.
Typically, they have him bitching more.
Yeah, they do. So Anakin, we get to see him, because Anakin, he's great at the Force. He's great at a lot of things, but we got to see he's younger, and I think they demonstrated his level of athleticism.
Yeah. And
we saw Dooku. He was using telekinesis to, use the knife to unlock the cage that they're in. So I like seeing all the little different strengths with them. What did you think of Obi-Wan Kenobi catching Dooku?
Oh, before he died, yeah.
Yeah. Because I think we all think it was probably the right thing to do, in a way.
Well, it may have even been instinctive. It's just who he is.
Yeah, or you think maybe it was a tactical thing? That's why he was doing it too?
It could be. I mean, they're experienced people that have to achieve that level of strategic thought.
Yeah.
But I would also imagine you can look at it as a character trait.
Yeah.
If it were Anakin, maybe he would have done it too. Maybe it would have been begrudgingly, and he'd have said something snippy about it after he did it. Mm-hmm. But
yeah,
I mean, if Dooku had done it, I would have thought more along the lines of, well, he's doing it for a reason.
Yeah, for sure.
Whereas if Obi-Wan does it, it's probably just doing the right thing.
Exactly. Yeah. So. That being said, it might have been a tactical advantage, even though Hondo was just up there anyways. I don't know what Hondo would have done.
Thinking they could use him?
No, a tactical advantage if he would have just dropped him. And we also got to see Dooku. He did get the breakout.
Yeah.
And we got to see some cool little moments of him brutally killing his captors.
He kind of getting back to where he was. As
Yeah.
opposed to being the prisoner now.
Dooku's character, in the old canon and the new canon, he hates being undignified.
Yeah, he's
Almost
very,
more
very
than-
proud.
He's proud, and although he was a Jedi for decades, 70 years before he decided to walk away from the Order, he's from a family of counts and rich people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then when he took up that mantle, he embraced a lot of their ideologies, or being dignified, having manners, and having good form, all those things that come along with it. Okay, so that's the end of that little arc. I don't have anything else really too much to say.
I ain't got nothing.
Yeah, I liked it. Wasn't my favorite. Had some cool moments. Jar Jar, he's here.
Yeah, I mean,
being Jar Jar to me, the voice actor was B.J. Hughes. I never heard of him, but I thought he was serviceable, but not as good as Ahmad Best.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, obviously, anytime you have the original.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Do you think we will see our Weequay pirate friends again? Hondo and Naka in particular.
I wouldn't surprise me. He was developed enough to be serviceable for reuse.
So I can tell you, he comes back, and he's always a lot of fun. Yeah, I don't got too much else to say, but one thing we should say before we do the end card is, guys, just want to let you know that we are rebranding, okay? So we are changing my beautiful face, or my average face, I should say, to a logo that this man designed. I love it so much. Can't wait for you to see it. We have other cool things in store that we're pretty excited about. And the name of the title is one I think that we're pretty proud of, especially considering our history. But what is it, Zach?
It's Third Street Reactions.
Third Street Reactions, and the logo that he designed will reflect that. And I'm just excited for you guys to see it. So just stay tuned. We're working hard behind the scenes, but we want to make sure we're working hard on our videos too, and that you're proud of the content. So guys, that's pretty much it, so we'll check you later. Guys, thank you so much for watching this reaction and discussion of Star Wars: The Clone Wars. We appreciate you very much. We hope you enjoyed it. If you like us and you want to support us, just like and subscribe, hit that notification. Check out other things like The Mandalorian and all the other shows that we do.